My name is Punisher, and today I will debate killing criminals with 20 superheroes. My next claim is, restraint is a luxury. Real protection means using everything you have to stop threats.
I have wielded Mjolnir for over 1,000 years, Frank. I have the power to obliterate armies. But I choose restraint because power without restraint is tyranny. Yes, maximum force stops threats. So does slavery. So does genocide. Just because something works doesn't make it right. I have learned that true strength is knowing when not to use your power, when to show mercy, when to offer second chances. You use maximum force because you lack imagination to find other solutions. I use precision because I understand power deeply.
You've had 1,000 years to philosophize about power, Thor. Meanwhile, people suffer and die while you figure out which situations deserve mercy. I don't have 1,000 years. I have now. Right now, there are murderers walking free. Right now, families are planning funerals. Maximum force stops that now. You talk about tyranny and genocide, but I'm not enslaving anyone. I'm removing threats. That's different. You can afford restraint because you're a god. Regular people can't. They need immediate protection, and maximum force provides that. Your mercy is a luxury they can't afford.
Frank, yes, I could obliterate every threat immediately, but that would mean destroying innocence alongside guilty. It would mean becoming a force of destruction. That's not protection. That's domination. True heroism is fighting through complexity, finding ways to stop the bad without becoming bad yourself. You've given up on that complexity. You've chosen simplicity, kill the threat. But that simplicity costs more than you understand. It costs your soul. And the soul is what actually protects people. Not force, not violence, but conviction that better is possible.
My soul died the day my family was murdered, Thor. I'm not fighting to protect it anymore. I'm fighting to protect others' souls, to prevent them from experiencing what I experienced. And the only way to do that is to stop the killers. Yes, your way is more noble. Yes, my way is more brutal. But ask a grieving parent which they prefer. A world where their child might be killed while a god debates mercy, or a world where murderers don't exist because I removed them. Most would choose my world. Nobility is cheap when you're burying your child. My next claim is resources go to prisons instead of victims. Money spent on criminals could protect families.
You're right that resources are misallocated, Frank. But your solution wastes even more resources. Executions cost more than imprisonment. Legal battles cost money. Investigations cost money. You're not saving resources. You're just redistributing them toward violence. The solution is to redirect prison budgets toward prevention, toward education, toward community support, toward addressing root causes of crime, not toward murder. Wakanda doesn't execute criminals. We rehabilitate them. We give them purpose. And our crime rate is lower than any killing-based system.
Wakanda is isolated and wealthy, T'Challa. You have resources most nations don't have. You can afford prevention programs and rehabilitation. But in the real world, resources are limited. Cities can't afford both prisons and prevention, so they choose prisons, and prisons fail. But I offer a third option. Remove the problem. One bullet costs less than 1 year of incarceration. One dead criminal costs less than years of court battles. It's not about violence, it's about efficiency. Resources freed from prisons can then go to prevention and support. That's better than your system. Your system only works if you're wealthy enough to do everything.
You reduce humans to cost calculations, Frank. That's where your philosophy fails. A person is not just an expense. They have value. Even criminals have value. Even the worst criminals can contribute something, if given the right environment. You kill to save money. That's not heroism. That's brutality justified by economics. A real leader invests in people, takes risks on transformation. That's harder than killing, and more expensive short-term. But it creates a better society long-term. Your way creates fear in bodies.
A murderer has no value, T'Challa. They've forfeited their right to society's resources. I'm not reducing them to calculations. I'm recognizing what they've already chosen. They chose to kill. I choose consequences. Yes, creating a better society is important, but so is protecting people right now. Your long-term vision is beautiful, but people die in the meantime. I work in the immediate. I remove threats today so tomorrow, your prevention programs actually have a chance to work. You can build Wakanda because someone like me removes the immediate threats. Without that removal, there's no stability to build on. My next claim is mercy toward murderers is betrayal of their victims. Those victims deserve vengeance, not forgiveness.
I have lost soldiers to Decepticons, Frank. I understand loss. I understand the desire for vengeance. But I have learned that vengeance destroys the avenger more than the enemy. Mercy is not betrayal. Mercy is breaking the cycle. If I kill every Decepticon in vengeance for my fallen soldiers, I become what I fight. Megatron kills for power. I kill for justice. Those are different. A victim deserves justice. Justice means accountability, not destruction, not revenge, not becoming a murderer yourself. That dishonors the victim. It makes their death mean nothing. True honor means stopping the killing, breaking the cycle.
You've fought for millennia and the Decepticons still exist, Prime. Your mercy and your refusal to finish them has cost you countless soldiers. Maybe if you'd been willing to kill completely, to be thorough in eliminating threats, those soldiers would still be alive. You talk about honor and cycles, but what about the honor of your fallen? What about the cycle of suffering they experienced because you held back? I don't ask victims' families to kill. They don't want to, but they want someone to stop the suffering. That someone is me. That's honor. Taking on the burden so grieving families don't have to.
Burden is not the same as purpose, Frank. You take on killing and call it burden, but it destroys you. I have watched your trajectory. You become more violent, more isolated, more lost. That is not honor. That is degradation. A true protector would find ways to stop threats without becoming threatened themselves. I teach my soldiers discipline, control, the ability to face enemies and choose not to destroy when destruction is not necessary. That is hard. Much harder than pulling a trigger. But that hardship is what makes us greater than our enemies.
I am already destroyed, Prime. My family is dead. I'm not trying to save myself. I'm trying to save others from experiencing what I experienced. You can afford discipline because you're a godlike being. I'm human, and humans have limited time and resources. Discipline is luxury. Action is necessity. Yes, killing changes me, but that change is acceptable because it prevents other families from being destroyed. You've taught your soldiers discipline for millennia, and Decepticons still exist. My next claim is, violence is the only language killers understand. They respect force because it's the only thing they fear.
I have fought warriors my entire existence, Frank. I have faced beings more powerful than you can imagine, and I have learned that violence only creates more violence. Yes, warriors respect force, but they respect honor more. They respect conviction. They respect someone willing to fight but choosing not to destroy. I have subdued enemies who were trying to kill me, without killing them, through will, through strength of character, through showing them there is another way. That is what true strength looks like, not the trigger, the choice not to pull it.
You're an immortal warrior trained since childhood, Deanna. You have powers that transcend mortality, and you have the luxury of time to show enemies another way. I'm a human with limited time and strength. I can't subdue killers through strength of character. I can only stop them through force, and the only force they understand is the kind that ends permanently. You've never lost someone you love. You've never had a family destroyed by someone you could have stopped. If you had, you'd understand why mercy is impossible, why death is necessary.
I have lost people I love, many, over centuries, and each time I've faced the choice you face, each time I've chosen not to become consumed by vengeance. That choice is harder than killing, much harder, but it's what separates heroes from murderers. You say you have no other choice, but that's false. You have many choices. You choose killing because it's simple, because it's satisfying, because it fills the void your loss created, but it doesn't heal. And without healing, you can never truly protect anyone. You can only spread your damage.
You're right, Diana. Killing is satisfying, and I'll admit that. I'm not going to pretend I kill only for victims. I kill because I need to kill, because something in me requires it. But that doesn't make me wrong about what works. Yes, my choice is selfish. Yes, it spreads damage. But so does mercy toward murderers. They kill again. More families are destroyed. So which damage is worse? Mine or theirs? I choose to create damage that stops killers. You choose to create wounds that bleed indefinitely. My next claim is, Control is an illusion. Everybody is just one bad day away from becoming a killer, so preemptive removal is the only real protection.
I understand your fear, Frank. I carry a monster inside me. I have one bad day away from losing control. But that's exactly why I know control isn't an illusion. I work every single day to maintain it. I study myself. I understand my limits. I prepare for situations that trigger transformation. And when the Hulk emerges, I fight to regain control. It's hard. Harder than anything. But possible. You say everyone is one bad day away from killing. But that's not true. Most people have built psychological barriers that prevent violence. Strong barriers. You lost yours. That's your tragedy. Not everyone's.
You have the luxury of studying yourself, Bruce. You have time and resources. But most killers don't stop themselves. They don't want to. They actively seek out victims. They plan murders. They justify them. Control requires wanting control. And killers don't want it. They want power. They want to dominate. And they'll keep doing it unless someone stops them. You maintain control because you're good at heart. But evil people don't maintain control. Evil people get worse. And I've learned that you can't fix evil through understanding.
You're assuming evil is permanent, Frank. But my research suggests otherwise. People become killers through trauma, neglect, abuse, or neurological damage. Fix the trauma. Provide treatment. Address the damage. And you can change outcomes. Yes, some resist treatment. Some want to stay broken. But many don't. They're trapped in patterns they didn't choose. You judge them without understanding them. You execute them without trying to save them.
You're a scientist, Bruce. You deal in evidence, and the evidence is clear. Most murderers never change. They fake compliance. They manipulate therapists. They kill again the moment they're released. You can study them all you want, but they're not going to change because you understand them better. They're going to change when they decide to change, and most of them never decide. So while you're researching and treating and hoping they transform, they're killing again. I can't wait for that transformation. I have to stop them now. Yes, sometimes innocent people get caught in my net, but more innocent people die if I don't act. I'll keep killing, because someone has to stop the killers right now. Not eventually. Not after rehabilitation programs are funded. Right now. And I'll keep doing it until the day I die, because that's the only way I know to honor the memory of my family. Through action, through consequences, through killing those who kill. And I'm at peace with that burden.